What's up, guys, and welcome back to House Flipper 2. If you're enjoying this series, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe. If you haven't already, it would be greatly appreciated. In the last episode, we were focused solely on the exterior of this property. We fixed up all the damaged siding, changed out all of the windows and the doors, and even swapped around the original wood type for this nicer looking mahogany. In addition to that, we converted the old burnt down woodworking shop to a proper two-car garage without a driveway. Some of you had some ideas as to how we could maybe squeeze in a drive here. I think I'm just gonna leave it without one, and maybe the next homeowners can figure that out on their own. So obviously we're gonna be working on the interior today instead, but before we get to the main house, I'd really like to add some proper garage equipment out here. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, I just killed 30 minutes just adding small little decorations into this garage, but I think it was well worth it. Hopefully you guys will agree with me. First of all, safety first, days since last incident. 1. That being the fire, of course. And because of that, I've made it very clear where the fire extinguisher is located here, just in case something bad ever happens again. We've got a couple of different, like, posters, you know, typical dad garage. Something that my dad used to do. He doesn't do it anymore, but he used to just store cash in his workbench for some reason. Don't know why, but I thought I'd just include that as a little bit of an Easter egg. But we've got actual tools in not all of the drawers, just the top ones. Like I said, it takes a while to add in all these fine little details, so I didn't want to go over the top, you know. But we've got some car keys. I think that's a smartwatch, and then like some earbuds for when you're out here working, doing whatever people do. I found this little screwdriver holder in the catalog, and I had to get it. I've never used it before. I thought it was really nice, and it kind of made it so we didn't need to do like a pegboard or a slat wall, whatever those things are called. Really, the only thing we needed to hang up is the screwdrivers anyways. I've set whoever's going to own this home up to be a Ryobi tool owner as well. Once you get that first battery, man, you're locked in. First tool and battery, I guess. You're locked in. We've got a drone over here, volleyball, soccer ball, basketball, football, some badminton stuff, a skateboard, and then a northern pike and a largemouth bass over here on the workbench. It's kind of a shame, really, because the garage did have a lot of this stuff initially, and I just went through and sold it all like an idiot. But granted, some of it was kind of damaged and a little dusty, a little old looking. Got a set of golf clubs over here, a couple of golf balls on the windowsill, and I believe that's about it for the garage. Oh, and the bicycles, right? Kind of forgot to mention that. First aid kit over there too. Pretty solid spot though. Definitely feels more like a two-car garage now rather than an old woodworking shop or whatever it used to be. So let's head on in through the front. We're gonna take out our cell tool. What I've learned though after doing some stuff in the garage is not all of the stuff in this home is bad. You know, the furniture might be a little dated, sure, maybe a little dirty, but I think we could probably go through and just clean this place up a whole bunch, and a good majority of this furniture can probably stay. Even like this, we just have to close the doors and maybe sell that candle in that little pot right there. Easy. But we will still make our rounds and get rid of anything that we know for sure we're not going to want, like that dirty bowl. Can't really clean those. Got some other... Okay, didn't mean to do that. I'll just duplicate this one and we'll slap it up there. It's going to be fine. Everything's going to be great. We need to close that up though. Get rid of that other bowl that's in the sink there. This space feels really small to have a refrigerator, actually. So we might even have to go through and sort of change out some of the cabinetry. And like the countertop too, that ain't it. That just ain't it, Chief. It looks like the same type of wood that used to be on the exterior of the home. So we'll do like granite or marble or something a little bit nicer. We can also go through and sell just the plants. We'll keep the pots. Jeez, if it'll let me even sell the plant. There we go. We'll keep the pots. Maybe the next homeowners can put some new plants in there. I don't think we need to get rid of any of that. Again, it's just like dirty. You see all the schmutz on the walls, all the mold or whatever. I mean, the wallpaper in here is maybe a little dated. We could probably revamp that. And then I think this whole wall is gonna get demolished. That's not terrible too. We might, you know, I was thinking about maybe converting this into a laundry room instead. Still could do that. It does seem weird to have a laundry room like right at your front entrance, but at the same time, this house doesn't have any other suitable locations, in my opinion. So, okay, we've got some trash in here. Maybe we should put the cell tool down for a little bit and start cleaning up a little bit of the trash. But yeah, there's already toilet paper in here, dude. All the like stuff that usually takes there's the trash bag. All the stuff that usually takes a considerable amount of time, you know, all the fine details has already been done for us. So it would be silly to go through and sell all of it when I would just end up putting pretty much the same stuff back in. Oh, these plants also need to get sold. We've got a little bit more trash there. Should probably utilize our flipper vision. Oh, and I didn't even notice all the missing tiles in this half bath. Again, wallpaper kind of dated, but we might be able to fix that up a little bit. Just make it look a teeny tiny bit nicer. I don't think I want to keep the tub either. Just looking at that, it's the only bathroom. It's the only full bath in the whole house. So I feel like maybe replacing that with a shower would be better. But then in this half bath, we could just get rid of this and put a shower in the corner. We've got some stuff to think about. Definitely got some stuff to think about yet. Oh, I totally missed all of this. Newspaper, I will sell. We'll keep the one that's not all bunched up. Think that'll be fine. That might be it for the trash. Not seeing anything else with the flipper vision. There's something there. Oh, there's one more thing here. Lots of dirt, though. Lots and lots of dirte. Yeah, I don't even hear anything on flipper vision anymore. Got some trash in here. There we go. I'm starting to hear some stuff again now that we're upstairs. Moving on to the master bedroom. I think we can probably leave that newspaper there. Okay, yeah, we've got a little bit more trash in this room for sure. It kind of looks like the previous owners might have left in a hurry. I suppose once the fire broke out, they were probably just like, yeah, it's time to go. We're moving out. We're buying a new place somewhere else. Ooh, can I not? Ruh-roh, Raggy. Maybe if I crouch. Well, there's another plant there. Maybe if I crouch, be able to get that? Nah. Let's move that. Now can we close it? No, it's stuck on the dang pot. And then this, it's just gonna get sold anyways. There it is. Okay. Thought we had a faulty door there for a second. These flowers out here look pretty solid. Even the furniture too can probably stay. Like I said before, we're really just trying to just clean the place up a little bit and do a more realistic approach to a full-on flip. Got more plants up here. I think you can use the trash tool on that too. Yeah, if they're actually dead, that works. All right, cool. Let's head back down. I think we're gonna have to get started doing a little bit of cleanup. I feel like once you hear that one specific song start to fade in, you already know we're about to do some major cleaning. I even forgot a couple of spots down here in the living room, I guess. It was being really weird there for a minute. You know, every time you hit Q to use your flipper vision, all the dirt spots and whatnot become orange, or it's like a yellow orangey color. And for some reason, it was just stuck showing me where all of the stains and everything were there for a minute. It was really weird. Honestly, it was kind of nice because I didn't have to keep tapping Q. But anyways, now that we're done with the cleanup, first thing I need to do is grab this here little trash bag. We've got to make sure that this is properly disposed of. Can't even open the trash can lid all the way, but it don't matter. So, like I said, now that we're done cleaning, I think we're going to do a little bit of demolition. So I'm going to go ahead and sell the light switch. And I'm also going to sell the bathroom light switches. I don't know if this is just an EU thing. I can't say that I've seen this too much here in the States. But the bathroom light switch is always on the outside of the bathroom. What if you're in here doing your business and somebody just walks through the hallway and shuts the lights off on you? What do you do then? Right? It's kind of a design flaw. So I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of those. We'll add some new ones on the inside of the bathrooms momentarily. This door, I think, is probably going to have to go as well. And then we'll try to keep that post here. And we'll bring it down to... maybe down to about here. So we'll just smash this whole bit out. And then we'll do... oop, that's actually going to be too big. Can I just hit air? There we go. So I don't I don't accidentally take out something that we don't really want to remove. I'm thinking just opening it up that much could make a huge difference. It just feels... it feels so much more open. Honestly. What we need to do now is figure out what kind of floor this is. We'll buy a little bit of that from the store. And then just sort of patch up that little strip right yonder. I could also bring the hardwood floor into the kitchen. I'm not super crazy about the tile that's in here, but I'm also not super crazy about this hardwood floor. We can leave it for now because we've got to do the same sort of procedure. We need to find this trim so we can sort of finish out this archway. Just try to make it look as good as possible, you know? Just try to make it blend back in like it used to. They didn't put any trim on the inside. I feel like that's weird. I don't know why. Just seems weird to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and change this. And then I believe that top one should be different. The bottom is the same. Oh. Or maybe not. There we go. We'll just do the whole thing there. Not a big deal, not a big deal. But this horizontal stuff, I'm assuming is going to be the same thing, just rotated. So we'll grab another little bit of that from the store. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Make sure we've got it on the inside as well. I like it. Okay. Now that we're done with that, whoops. We've got to sell those things so they don't take up a whole bunch of real estate for us. And then this also looks like that same sort of wood texture that used to be on the outside of the house. So all I'm going to do for this is just change it to anything. Decided to go with a light beach for the table and chairs. I think that looks considerably better. Now over to the countertop. We're going to want to change this to maybe a marble. Maybe we should downplay it a little bit, though. If we go marble, we'll probably have to change the backsplash as well. Oh. That's not even the countertop. Okay, so let's do light beach for that. It'll kind of match the table and chairs. And then, even if we just swap this out for a ceramic countertop, I think that would look a whole heck of a lot better than what they had before. It was like that Formica stuff, you know? Not a big fan. Not a big fan. No metal here, so let's go glossy plastic. Oh, actually, those handles look really nice like that. I dig it. I dig it. So, we're just going to copy this style and try to apply it to all the other cabinetry. It's not going to work on everything, but it does look like it's going to work on most everything. God, dude, I'm just button mashing. Just button mashing. I cannot remember how to play this game. It's a little embarrassing, if I'm being honest. Oh no, do we not even have? We don't even have that countertop as an option here. What about glossy white plastic? That's going to have to do. And then this should be probably like a stainless steel sort of look. We'll just go with that. And the details can all be black. That works for me. Beautiful. It's already a much, much better looking kitchen, but we still need a refrigerator that's gonna fit. Maybe the Jacob or the Yozora. Let's try the Yozora first. Change that to the same stainless steel that the oven was using. Oh yeah. That fits mint. I also like the direction that the door opens up. I was worried it was gonna open up from the other side. The wall definitely would have gotten in the way for that. Okay, and then the other thing that we needed to do was, if I duplicate, add in another cabinet there, because I kind of deleted the first one by mistake. My bad. All the other, like, decorative stuff I think we can probably leave out. There's a bread box in here. I like all the smaller, fine details, and I think ultimately if we end up leaving all of them, we might end up making more money on the house. I guess either way, we could sell them now and get the money right here, right meow. Doesn't matter. Totally beside the point. Let's move into the living room. Just gonna rotate this. Place that guy right there. I'm gonna put this with that chair. And then this one, we're just gonna put sort of next to the fireplace. All by its lonesome over there. Might even move this out just a smidge. And then the rug isn't centered whatsoever. So I'm just gonna bring it out a little bit further. That looks better. That definitely does look better. Yeah, you see what I'm saying though? Like it's a good house. It's got good bones. It just needed to be cleaned up a little bit. Even the furniture isn't in bad condition. So I think we're gonna get by without having to redo every single room. But over here, whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. We do want to get rid of those two things. And then, like I said, I think I'm going to try to convert that into a laundry room. But we'll do that momentarily. The slippers could probably go. That stuff might be able to stay. It's just, we're missing stuff. So we're going to go ahead and copy this. Find one of those in the store. We're also gonna need some of that stuff. Okay, this should be fairly straightforward, I would think. We just need to patch that. Patch this area here. Looks like there might also be some behind the bathtub. Or wait, we were gonna remove the bathtub. I was between doing that or maybe adding a shower over here. I suppose we'll probably just add a shower there. Maybe the next homeowners are gonna want... Whoops. That's just completely and totally in the way. Maybe the next homeowners are gonna want a tub. I don't personally use one, but that doesn't mean that the next people won't. Yeah, everything else in here I think is pretty solid. It's clean. They've got a towel warmer, which is something that I don't typically do. Oh, hang on. Bathroom. We need a new light switch. And I'm going to be replacing it with the exact same style of switch that we sold earlier. Again, I just feel like it's weird to have... Oh, yeah, we're going to have to wire that too, aren't we? I just feel like it's weird to have a light switch on the outside of the bathroom for the reason that I mentioned earlier. There we go. Okay, that one's working. That one's working. Beautiful. Moving on to the next bathroom then. We've got to get our cell tool out. we're gonna need, it looks like, at least one of that color. And then we're gonna need quite a few more of this other color. Make sure we're just using the 1x1 stamp here. So that should be the other color. That should be this one. That should get filled in. We've got some missing down here too. So is the base... Yeah, the base color is the darker shade. Dude, we're gonna save so much money by doing this, honestly. I regret not trying something like this sooner. We're not like putting our heart and soul into this property or anything, but I do feel like we're gonna end up making a killing on the back end after we sell this place. Do we really have to do anything in here? I was considering removing the wallpaper just because I feel like it's a little dated. Oh, you know what? This woodwork has to go. That's terrible. You know what would be better? Is if we did like, oh, can we not? This is another one of those materials that we cannot copy. Got you. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is replace it with something similar, but I think I'm gonna go all white instead, just to kind of brighten up the room a little bit. It does have very dark floors. That definitely wasn't an easy thing to do with all of the furniture still being in the room, but we made it work. I only had to move out the bed into the living room temporarily. So now that we have that room done, we've got to head back over here to the bathroom. I think, if it'll let me do it, I'm just gonna move this stuff up top there. And then this little guy has to go bye-bye. We'll probably have to move the trash can. There's not really a good spot for it. Maybe just behind the door. And then this is going to go back there instead. I really want to see if we can't squeeze just a small shower into the corner there. And it fits great. It fits absolutely perfect. I don't love how the door opens up into this door, but so long as it's either open or shut, it shouldn't ever get in the way, I don't think. And there we go. Now we have 2 full baths in this property rather than 1 full bath and 1 half bath. I think the property value just skyrocketed. Don't hold me to that though. Before we start tackling the upstairs, I think our washer and dryer just got delivered. Beautiful. So I'm gonna take these and just kind of cram them into the corner over here, and then we're going to use this little bookcase to kind of separate the two, keep them from fighting. I don't know if we should do a door here or not. I suppose we could. I don't hate it. I really don't hate it. The rug kind of gets in the way of that other door, but it closes it off, makes it feel like it's its own separate little room. What wood type are these doors? We'll just copy that and paste it there. Easy. Easy peasy, dude. Yeah, that looks all right to me. Not too shabby. Okay, now that we're done with the main floor, we've got to head upstairs and start tackling this. Before, I had said that, you know, typically master bedrooms, they'll have an attached master bath, right? But this property doesn't, and it'd be really, really hard to incorporate one. I was considering transforming this other bedroom into another bathroom, but since we now have 2 full baths down on the main floor, I feel like, again, I keep saying this, we're gonna end up making more money if we kept this as a bedroom rather than converting it into a master bath, right? As for the woodwork in here, it needs some work. It needs a little bit of help. So just like what we did in that other bedroom downstairs, I think I'm going to take the exact same material, assuming that we can actually find that in the store. We can. We'll change it to white. We'll get it all swapped around. And I think this room is going to be, it's going to feel quite a lot brighter. As for this one, I don't even know if it needs anything. The green is a little, how you going? But it's a kid's bedroom. I don't think they're gonna mind whatsoever. And just like that, ladies and gents, the deed is done. Almost forgot to do that little peek up there. Something else that definitely needs to be addressed too is the underside of this roof. I think for the garage, if I remember right, I just made it a brighter, glossier white. So let's go ahead and copy this surface finish. Or not. Maybe we just can't do it on that one piece. Nope, turns out we can't do it at all. Okay, we're gonna try this, and hopefully it's similar to what's already up there. Perfect. Perfect, dude. So now we apply it to that as well. This one was already done when we did that. Same thing in here. Ooh, see now, that looks a lot better. So much brighter. And I like the darker floors and the darker wood trim, all the dark furniture as well. Good contrast in there. I think that's the only underside of the roof that we needed to change, right? I mean, there's probably some other spots somewhere that we just don't see, but everything that you can see seems to be fixed. Oh, maybe not this though. And then maybe just this other little spot right here. There we go. Yeah, now we're talking. Now we are talking. And just like that, ladies and gents, I think we're ready to list this thing for sale. I'm going to do one more final walkthrough and just make sure that there's nothing out that shouldn't be, like that little package of panels and whatnot. Maybe we don't need that glass on the table or fireplace. I decided that it would probably be best for us to head to bed prior to listing this house for sale. Otherwise, we wouldn't really have any daylight to work with. So, let's head up here to sell house, and we will put it up for auction. It's going to take 100 buckaroonies. We bought it for 120,000. We sold $5,500 worth of stuff, which is kind of surprising. I feel like we didn't really sell all that much. And then we've spent 34, almost 35,000 on total renovation. Dude, we don't even know half of these people. We haven't done enough flips on our own to learn who everyone is. Top offer though is Lewis Williams, who is a painter. Oh, those are tongs. Maybe he's a grill master, potentially. So we've got $115,000 worth of profit, 112 or 107. Obviously, we're going to go with whoever is offering us the most money. So Lewis, it's yours. You'll earn 115,000. If you want to buy it again in the future, it'll be reset to its original state. No sweat. Consider it sold. Oh, you can also copy it over to the sandbox. That's pretty sick. 264,000 schmackaroonies. Let's take a look at these before and afters. That was before. Way better. Even just cleaned up a little bit. Way better. And I'm glad that we went through with the proper 2-car garage instead of the old woodworking shop that used to be out there. The drywall in there looks phenomenal also. Rearranged the furniture a little bit. Cleaned it up. Nothing too crazy. That looks better. Having it much more open into the kitchen, I feel like really did a lot there. And then, of course, just tidying everything up, closing all the cabinetry, doing everything like that. That looks nicer, too. Again, kind of regret not changing that wallpaper, but I really kind of bent over backwards in the previous episode, just getting all of the wood changed to that nice mahogany-looking stuff. And I really didn't want a repeat of that today. So hopefully the episode length ends up being halfway decent. And on that note, ladies and gents, that is where we're going to have to wind things down at for today. So once again, if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, leave a comment, help support the dream by smashing that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Peace.